Hello? Oh, that's probably really loud. Let me turn it down a bit. Okay, and... Yay! Oh, A-MUSE has vanished. Where have they gone?
Fuck A-MUSE.
It's just PAiDA. Hey, PAiDA and A-MUSE's disembodied voices.
Just PAiDA.
Okay, hang on. Let me fix this.
PAiDA.
What has happened?
Hello, stream. I'm PAiDA,
Stream.
and I'm also A-MUSE.
Hello, Galaxy.
Okay, hold up. Yes.
They want ASMR, me coughing. Would that work for them?
Maybe.
I could put the mic,
Hang on,
right
I've got a really cracked idea.
Oh, let's go.
Whoa! There they are!
Disappeared.
Wow! Hang on a sec.
Hey,
Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Space Express release day.
Isn't it cool that we did that?
We actually did. It's pretty epic. Sorry the chat box is so little. This is a little bit jank, but the most important thing is that we're here and we made music and that we're friends. Yippee! I'm so excited. How's everyone feeling today? Rip A-MUSE, I agree.
Yay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Let's introduce ourselves, everybody. PAiDA, do you want to go first?
Okay.
No, perceive me.
Hi, internet. I'm PAiDA. I'm an alien, and I make music with my friends, and I like eating and sleeping and making music with my friends. Nice to meet you.
Yay!
Nice to meet you, PAiDA.
You're epic.
You are. We're A-MUSE.
You're epic.
Not show
Oh, oh my god. We are A-MUSE. I was so Yes, yoroshiku Sorry, everyone.
That was like sleeper agent.
Yeah, that was I was like, oh my god, we're doing the thing.
You wanna go one by one real quick?
Sorry.
Like who A-MUSE is?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll
I'm Lovekey.
I'm Rinya. I'm the great monochrome member. Lovekey's red.
and she's red.
I'm Pengy, and I'm the pink member of A-MUSE.
My name is Kate and I am the blue member of A-MUSE.
I am Alex, and I am the yellow member of A-MUSE, and I love Raphael from Love and Deep Space.
Oh,
Just like
we
Bluey
were
and
doing
Bingo.
bits.
I am.
Colours and bits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. PAiDA said what she liked. Everyone, quick, say something that you like.
I like playing Sudoku.
I like games.
I like vampires and women.
In that order?
I like Anaxagoras Honkai Star Rail.
Is he on you, Meow Meow?
Bless you.
Yeah. Even over Jingyan? No, wait, no, not Jingyan. Who was your Meow Meow before Anaxagoras?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Well, everyone here is joining today because we have released a very exciting track on Spotify and all the streaming services.
Yes.
Wherever you listen to your music, our single Space Express, it's there.
Not yet. Midnight in your area. So in America
Yeah,
right now, it's still not quite
for
out.
the Americans,
Bless you.
it's not out yet. Sorry, guys.
Haha, PAiDA.
If you
Loser.
are based in Brisbane
Where
and
we're
other
from.
places,
You may have already
you may have already heard it.
If you're in GMT, if you're right on the green, like the zero, time zone 0, it would have just come out.
What? She's really good.
I'm really good. Time zones, baby.
So, you know what? It's a bit sad that not everyone has access to the song at this time. But guess what? I've got news. We can fix that. Who would like to hear Space Express?
Yippee!
Me.
PAiDA does.
PAiDA wants to hear it.
PAiDA's like, me. He wants
I'm
to go
like
to
to
all menu
hear-
I'm the fourth
five
seasons
likes.
baby.
Okay, so you know what? The mythical Space Express actually would fix this problem because, you know what? I'm just going to play the song and then I'll explain it after. Okay, ready?
Okay, chef.
Okay. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Ready?
Everyone
Here
shut
she
up.
is.
Pink pony meg legs.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's not playing.
Check
Hang
the
on.
stream.
Can y'all hear it?
I can't hear it.
Lol, this is a This is really embarrassing for
We're
me.
doing really well this
I mean, I
morning.
can play it in my head and like pretend that I'm listening to it.
I don't know what's going on, but nothing on this stream has worked. Whoa, is it playing on the TV?
Yes.
Stream to a device, maybe change.
Wow.
No. Why is it doing that? The TV just turned on by itself. Literally nothing has worked in the way that we want it to. Yeah, turn that off.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
Stream next to the volume button.
I'm
maybe?
sorry, everyone.
No, the other way.
Dish
If you're
one.
from,
Yeah.
if you're from
Connect to a
Texas in the
device.
chat, give me a howdy.
No, that's to cast it
I
elsewhere.
just figured out how to look
but
at the
if it was
chat,
casting
so I
first,
wanna
it would've said
see it.
Deadpool.
Is it? Well, I guess if you're.
Oh,
if you're from
okay.
America,
Hang on.
no.
Ready? Sorry, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. That was just a prank, guys. Oh, what? That's an excellent question. Okay, it's about the music right now. Oh, there we are.
Is it playing? I can't hear it, so I'm just.
PAiDA can't hear it.
That's okay.
If
It's
streams can hear it, that's all that matters.
Oh, yeah. Chat, can you hear it?
I said howdy. Thank you for the howdy. Soya. Oh, can I hear it? This is.
Oh, sorry, I'm playing
Ring is like,
hold it in. Evil board, hold it in.
Everybody's sick.
and here's what I think about Space Express.
I actually a bit of a sniffly. Yeah, booty.
Bye, Salody. Thank you.
That's literally PAiDA.
Oh, am I singing now? Yeah. That's me.
Sorry,
That was me.
PAiDA doesn't get to listen to it. We can show you after. Oh, we can play it again. Who knows?
Play it again. It actually don't.
It does.
Everybody, jump right now.
Right now.
I don't have dance on, so I'm not gonna dance,
Skeleton.
You're coming, actually.
Yeah, true, that actually is me.
Outside.
Hey, that's funny.
Really, that's really cool.
And using night, our pie tonight.
What really cool.
Sing it, PAiDA.
Yeah.
That's the wall that plays. So close to my house.
Ow!
Oh,
Ow, ow, ow!
Alright, he's gonna play into the next song. Pause it, 'cause
That's for later. You don't get to hear it yet.
Later. I want to hear it.
Hannah doesn't get to hear it.
I'm sure you do.
When did we
Start working on
conceive
this.
this? When did we start
Over
working on
a year
it?
and a half
It
ago.
was like
We were still at
ages-
Visink.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, it was that long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so this song has been like kept away, stashed in the A-MUSE and PAiDA's secret box for like 18
A
months.
hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Minimum.
hot minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been at this for quite some time. So the fact that it's here is really exciting, and the concept was, it's a space party bus because we wanted to be able to hop on a cheeky little party bus and visit each other whenever we wanted. And now with the Space Express party bus, y'all can come and party with us in space, with us in space also.
Is it a bus or a rocket ship?
It's a space UFO.
Oh. So
I
a
have
third
been-
secret thing.
I have been treating it more like a train.
Oh,
A train!
a fourth
A
secret
train.
thing.
Well, because the
Honkai
way.
Star Rail mention.
Well,
mentioned?
yes,
Yeah.
I am Honkai Star Rail brain rotted right now, but also, like, all of the design references in the album artwork and stuff like that are like
Trains.
references to the Yamanote line in Tokyo. Everyone's
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
circular train line. So
Train rocket ship.
train, rocket ship,
Technically
time
UFO.
machine, UFO.
And-
Whatever you would like it to be. In my mind, it's the Astral Express.
A
but-
friend.
In my mind, it's a UFO, and it goes.
It's not
It's
that,
the in
though.
my mind, it's the Venga bus.
Yeah, I like that. The little characters are really cute as well.
Yes,
I'm a big
and
fan of
also
those.
ready. I'm gonna
It's
hold
so
on.
cute.
Ready. Here
That's
are our
Ua.
little guys. That's
Ue-chan.
Ue-chan and Dipper. They're our little
Oh.
mascots.
Gravity Falls. Sorry.
Dipper from Gravity Falls. They're our little mascots, and they're best friends, and they live on the Space Express, and they hold hands.
Just friends.
Just like us.
Yes.
Just girls and
Yes.
just
Yes.
friends.
Yes.
And PAiDA and I designed them in collaboration with each other, and it was really fun.
Yes, they did.
Yes. I contributed.
She sure did.
And if you like those designs, the pre-orders for the merch are still open.
Yes, there is a bunch of really, really sexy merchandise designed by our very own Pengi that has our beautiful Ue-chan and Dipper's faces all over them.
You can also have two little guys.
You
And
can
they
make
hold
them
hands.
hold
You
hands.
can make
There's a
them
little.
hold
They come as a set. You cannot separate
Do
them. They are
not separate them. Do
They
not.
go together in them. They have magnets.
Especially during Pride Month.
I was just
Especially
about to say
during
that.
Pride Month, you
Do not separate them.
They are anxious.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
They are best friends and they live in space. Should we answer some questions? Y'all sent through some questions about the track and about just stuff
us.
in general, so we'd love to answer some of those for you.
Yeah.
We opened our inbox to both our audiences. PAiDA, would you like to select one of yours first?
Okay.
Okay. Alte!
Alright.
Alte!
PAiDA's locked in.
Okay. The one question I really want to answer is the one by Color Splash where they sent me a picture of a cat and I think there's an arrow pointing to a private area. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, but thanks. Since that's not a question, I have to pick something else.
Shout out to this
Oh my
cat.
god. Shout out to the cat.
Shout out to that cat.
Yeah, don't know the cat's
famous.
name, but good cat. Somebody asked, can you talk about your time in Australia last year? How was it for you? If y'all don't know in the chat for some reason, I was in Australia last year with A-MUSE on
That's
tour,
awesome.
and we were
Okay.
like performing. It was my AirPods fell out. Yo,
Oh no!
Oh no, not the AirPod.
I got back. It's gravity's fault. It's fine. Zero G got nothing with me. I'm a visionary. Okay. Yeah. Australia was so much fun, especially because I had A-MUSE keeping me from crashing out. Like, y'all, let me just say that, like, tour is, like, a lot of work. And I I'm just a girl, okay? I don't do things. So, like, for being so much work and so much energy, I was like, if I was by myself, I probably would have just completely passed out and lost it. But getting to explore Australia and finally meet A-MUSE in person for the first time was just like a really fun, magical experience. It was stressful and everything. We had our challenges and stuff, but like they fed me foods. My favorite thing is eating. So like I ate so many things, and I literally was telling them before stream that I miss Australian breakfast. I think they call it brekkie.
Brekkie.
Big brekkie.
Is that your favorite thing that you ate while you were here? Is an Aussie brekkie?
I think so. Like, I know it's silly. It's not like the most fancy thing in the world, but y'all have that place called Hungry Jack's.
Hey, Burger, the poor man's Burger
I can't
King.
stop thinking about that breakfast sandwich. It's so good.
From
I
Hungry
need it.
Jack's?
I need it.
We have some pretty like solid like in Australia. Our breakfast rolls, like we don't play around. Like the cafe
They are good.
I work
They are
at
good.
is like
Yeah.
Aussies do not play about their brekkie and their coffee. It's like
it's a passage of life.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
The
got to
top
be.
tier.
You've got to have an eggs benny, or you've got to have a
Brekkie
smashed
roll.
avo or a brekkie roll,
Or a
and
big
you've got to have a
brekkie.
flat white.
Ooh, flat white.
Yeah.
That's coffee.
With 2 sugars.
Yummy.
On
Yeah.
soy milk.
Flat white
soy
on
milk,
soy.
yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tootie.
We miss you,
Yeah,
PAiDA.
fine.
It was so fun having you here in Australia.
Yeah, I miss you.
I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miss Alex was
Yeah.
overseas at the time. Just very, very badly timed coincidence.
I'll get you one day.
Okay, I'll
It's
find
actually
you.
I had a sentimental moment outside the other night because it's like we're getting our very crisp winter nights at the moment, and there's a lot of stars at my house, and it was like that when you were over because there's not a lot of light pollution
Oh,
in
yeah.
the area. So we were sitting outside
Yeah.
and we had a fire pit and we could see all of the stars. And I was out there the other night and I was like, man, I missed that. That was so fun.
Yeah.
That was
The
so
Disco
nice.
Fever
Thank
says
you.
Australians have an inflated opinion on their coffee. Oh, them
Which
fighting
is
words.
probably true.
I will immediately say
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Like
I don't drink
Australian
coffee, so I
coffee
can't
is
comment
pretty
on this.
good, but I think
The last time I was in the
Ha-
States, they had coffee in like a petrol station that was on tap.
Oh.
And it squirted into a cup. It
it's
was
bad. And then like sometimes you get the little grounds and you can like taste.
I'd like my coffee without the pulp.
Yes, no pulp in my coffee. No, I think Australian
the pulp.
coffee is really good, but also we make too big of it. Like,
When you go to
know what I
Germany
mean?
and the coffee they have there is complete ass, you come back home
Yeah.
and you're like, actually, maybe we're really good.
Yeah,
She's
I had-
really
I
good.
had this experience in the UK. I just didn't bother. I was like, sit me down at the cafe, give me a Yorkshire tea. Don't bother with the coffee.
Do not bother.
Don't bother.
It's really upsetting.
Crispy coffee.
Sweet coffee.
Crunchy.
Should we answer? We'll answer one of the questions that we got. Who wants to pick? Winya, do you want to
Rinya's
pick?
on it.
Rinya's already got
Do
loaded.
we want to expand on the touring musician experience, or do we want to pick another one?
Up to
it's
you,
a good thing
Queen.
to bounce
Yeah,
off of.
up to you.
Because I don't know. I also like. Okay, so Kitsu Mayhem, thank you for sending in your question. What was the touring musician experience like? Our turn now. So I think at the end of the day, the best way we could say it was very challenging but very rewarding.
Yes.
It was a lot of hard work. There's a lot of work that you don't see that goes on behind the scenes. Figuring things out, getting up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. to catch a plane.
The back-to-back flights was something else.
I've
Getting
never
gas-
been on that many planes consecutively. It was wild.
Yeah.
Getting gaslit by the maxi cab driver. Oh, that was an experience.
Yeah,
and
it
a half.
was just very fast paced and something that you don't like because we would be at venue until super late and then get home and have to like
Sleep for 3 hours and then
Like-
be up again.
undress, shower, get ready for bed. We'd end up sleeping at like 1:30, even later some days, and then have to wake up the next day at 5 a.m. to catch a plane, or like some days we got a bit of a sleep in, but it was just super full on. And it made something that I learned was that you really need to think about what you're fueling your body with and like time that you're taking to look after yourself, because there's not always a lot of time for that. Like you end up eating like
Crispy coffee.
crispy
Garbage.
coffee
Yum, yum,
and
yum.
like whatever,
Yeah.
like Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's just
it's
not a
like
lot of time
you-
for self-care.
You get like, I feel like is no way to prepare you for the first time that you do something like this.
Yeah.
where the back-to-back is like simultaneously one of the best and also one of the most stressful things I've ever done. Because, you know, working off so little sleep, like making sure that you feed yourself correctly
Yes.
is so important, because, you know, I would get off my plane, get to the hotel, dump my stuff, costume up, makeup up, go to the venue, start setting up, and, you know, before you know it, it's an hour before you go on stage, you haven't eaten anything that day and you've had 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I think,
There's a very much, it's very like the show must go on.
Yes.
You kind of just have to, you just got to tough it out, but you got to think.
tying into that is, until you're in the thick of it, you could have spent like 6 months, 12 months preparing every single little detail beforehand. And then this happened in the case for us where you get to the venue and then we're told something completely different on the day. To no one's fault. Sometimes shit just happens. But like, I guess another important thing is to be super resilient and super adaptable. Because if you go in with a mindset of, okay, I've prepared X, Y, Z, and then sometimes they'll come back and they're like, we don't have X, Y, Z, I'm so sorry. And it's like, okay, what do we do now? So you can either sit there and be like, well, fuck, I don't have X, Y, Z, or you just get up and you're like, all right, time to figure out A, B, C instead.
Yeah, ready for plan B, plan C, and plan D.
Yeah.
I did really enjoy performing to a new crowd every night.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Because when we perform in Brisbane, we have like a dedicated group of people who always come to watch us.
And we
which
love
is so
you.
sweet. We
Yeah.
love you, and it was so good to send it off in Brisbane with familiar faces. But it was very different to perform to people, new faces every single night, back to back for a week.
It was special.
It felt very special, because it was like some of it was people's first exposure to seeing us, not at a con, like at a stage setting. So that was really cool. And when we were doing Checky, it was like people who we'd never seen before, which was awesome.
Super
so it's
exciting.
nice to meet new people.
Another difficult thing was figuring out how to keep our costumes not stinky.
Yeah.
The suitcases must have been
The
rancid.
suitcase, we bought like the portable steamer came in clutch, because we have a lot of fabrics that are like get crinkly very easily. So if like you're touring, obviously you don't need to bring multiple costumes, but if you do bring one, we did.
Yeah, we brought three.
We brought three, but if you have access to a washing machine and a dryer, use it.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, PAiDA?
I want to definitely say I am not even, local to that area. So it was really rewarding experience getting to see just how many people knew me from like thousands of miles away, or however far it is. Like, everybody was so nice to me, and it was such a rewarding experience, like a really validating experience as an idol too, to just be like, oh wow, same. I'm always performing at like the same events in Texas, or like just being a solo idol. I'm really kind of disconnected from the community in a way where like I don't have group members to like keep me pumped up, and like I have to rely on what I see or like what I interact with on the internet, and sometimes it's not too much, and going to like so many live events that once we had the chance to perform at so many stages, and every night meeting new people that were like had something to say about how my music's had an impact on them and how they've always wanted me to come to this country. It was so nice and warm, fuzzy feeling that I just treasure very deeply. Tips for prepping for tour, though. I don't try to get your sleep. Try to get like healthy, nutritious meals in, like they were saying, because like you really don't think about it. And I think with my normal schedule, I don't think about, like, I usually have the time to just be like, I'll eat whatever when I figure it out. And like, because of my lifestyle, that's semi-okay. But when you're moving like that, you really need like the most like nutrient dense thing that's going to give you everything you need to survive for how like the work that you're putting your body through. And it's not easy. It's not easy when you get back from the video at like 1 a.m. and your flight's at 4 a.m.
The only thing that's open is like
closed.
McDonald's or like KFC.
We had a lot of chippies.
Midnight chippies. Midnight.
I say
midnight
like Elsa.
Yeah, I had a lot of chippies too.
Just in general.
I
Yeah.
just eat chippy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Everyone
were running on
fumes.
fumes.
We
And that's why I lean on the brekkie a lot because like we ended up being awake during breakfast hour. So we have a lot of brekkie.
Widowy.
Widowy.
Yeah.
Everyone on the tour was very
Widowy.
helpful and very welcoming. It was very nice meeting everyone and just you
What
know.
do we lose?
Oh, my water
Love
bottle
key
was
water
like
bottle.
down there, but
Oh.
maybe it's not anymore.
Love key water bottle.
Goodbye.
God.
Find it. Sorry.
So,
Love
yeah,
key
thank
water
you for
bottle
supporting us in
vanish.
PAiDA and thank you for coming to watch us if you did.
We love
we
you.
love you and we
Thank
appreciate
you.
Thank you for
Everyone.
supporting
And
my girls.
Something that this goes
Alex is
without
awesome.
saying, but obviously it was a really special part of tour finally getting to meet and collaborate with PAiDA. That
Yeah,
was
it was awesome.
extremely special. It was extremely, extremely special. And we got to actually, you know what? This is a really good segue into the other tracks that are part of the single.
Wow.
We got to do a
Wow.
cheeky
Ooh.
collaboration. So, as a group of us, we performed Love Language, A-MUSE's track featuring PAiDA. And then we learned a group version of PAiDA's track Secret Moon as well.
Rinya did very good with thinking
Yeah.
out those positions.
Rinya did formations for a 5-person version of.
We did 6P, 5, yes, 6P and 5P.
We've done all sorts of different
different Ps.
variations of Secret Moon for a group, and it was really fun. And I think we should play.
One of them,
We
yeah.
went and recorded. So PAiDA recorded a cover of Love Language, and we recorded a cover of Secret Moon, and they are part of the Space Express single. And we'd love to show them to you right now. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit it.
Oh.
Play that
Wait,
music.
I
So-
really want to hear them, guys. Is there any way I could hear it? With
okay,
them?
let me. Honestly, the only thing I can think of, PAiDA, is
Tuning into
if
the
you
stream.
tune into the
Is
stream.
it
On
fine?
your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm so
dude,
sorry.
I have the stream like on my phone, but it's like muted. But
Here, I
I'll
can.
just be like, hello.
Yeah, just listen to it up to your ear. That's probably the best way to do
Fine.
it.
Because Discord, I don't
I'm
think
sorry, my
Fine.
love.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't.
no,
We'll sing
it's
it for you
okay.
We'll sing it for you
Yeah.
a cappella right now.
in your voice.
Okay. Ready?
Widowy, yeah.
Here's Love Language by PAiDA.
Play that freaking.
Play
Oh
this.
no,
Woo!
Bye, PAiDA.
I'm jealous.
Love Language by PAiDA.
I love Key.
By Love Key. Hello.
はい、もしもし、
あ
聞こえてる？
Everyone
聞こえて
PAiDA's
る。
talking.
どうしたの？伝えたいことがあるんだ。Maybe it's the way I find it hard to say that I need you and I'm thinking about you night and day 名前呼ぶと癒されるそばにいるこそ強くなれる So tell me what you see The perfect side of me Sparks a daydream Waking to a new reality 光な声闇を照らして好きでも言葉いらないで Anything
love you've added PAiDA. They're so cute.
Thank you.
Get it, PAiDA.
君が大切な人なの伝えたいこといっぱいあるでしょだからバラバラしいらないよ忘れないでねこれだけのことこの手が手にしめすのよ Anyway you show it to me
I need to hear PAiDA's harmonies, everyone.
All of your love says more than you ever could Anyway you show it to me you'll always be understood
You just go off your award goes.
Thank you.
I personally love PAiDA's flavor that she has. Yeah, the song is so
It's beautiful.
And I like that she voiced the disconnect message.
電話番号とご用件をお話しください
Yeah, I was trying to. I wanted to do.
Yay!
Oh, we'll show that
wanted to
after
take
the
you with-
more questions.
We'll do one more
yeah.
question or a couple more questions, and then we'll show A-MUSE version Secret
version.
Moon.
I love PAiDA.
PAiDA, that was so good.
Amy's found dead in a ditch. Sorry, this is PAiDA's song.
PAiDA 8.
Take our discography.
That's all yours.
You
now.
can have it.
I'm obsessed with so many of y'all's songs, so like it was hard to choose first off, but then I was like, I have to do it justice. Like, you said it was it's cool that like because I'm solo, I can kind of like do all of these harmonies and stuff, and like I see your point, but like because you're a group, it just sounds right. Like like it's full, and there's like energy bouncing off of each other from the vocals, and I don't have that as a soloist. So I do what I can to try and match the quality of like the original, So
I'm
I try my
glad you
best.
like it.
You are full of quality.
It's
so
always
okay.
A-MUSE,
There's definitely really cool things you can do as a soloist, but also really cool things that you can do if you're in a group too. There's
Gang,
yeah, for
gang.
sure. Little-
Gnarly. Sorry, we've got gnarly on the brains.
I think that was great. That was epic. Are you doing gnarly?
No,
That was. I think that was gnarly.
I'm legit.
The three of us at the back here are a little bit
Gnarly pilled.
cat's eye pilled right now.
I'm gonna be so for real.
You're
I have
not
never heard
me.
that song in my life.
Yeah, I think
Gnarly.
if you heard it, you wouldn't
like
I
it.
don't think you would like
You
it.
don't
All
need
you've heard
to.
is us at practice unprompted being like,
I'm just
making beats!
Gnarly!
Dumb bitch! Fucking gnarly!
Yeah,
Gnarly.
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 But on the topic of love,
Topic of love
Someone should
language.
remix Gnarly and Love Language. I think that would be really funny, actually.
PAiDA, did you
get up
want
with
to
his
answer
boyfriend.
another question?
Me?
Yeah, baby.
Is there another PAiDA in the room?
She disappeared.
If y'all can't tell, I'm like hella sick. But we go on.
My poor baby girl.
Yeah, poor me. Oh, you feel so sorry for me.
I do. I would always
Take
Thank
care of
Xpress so
yourself,
much because
baby
you feel
angel.
so much pity.
Oh.
1,000 times to Space Express. Let's see. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. Someone asked, how do you deal with nerves on stage?
Ooh.
I don't think y'all want to know how I deal with nerves on stage.
Hmm?
So, I don't. Okay. But this is not like I feel like people are asking like for advice, and I'm just not the person. But when I wake up in the morning on the day of the show, I'm very nervous, and my body, it goes into fight or flight, you know, and it chooses flight. It always chooses flight. And if you don't know about, like, if you eat a lot of food before, like, you get into a nervous situation, your body is like, oh, I can't be in here because we got to run away. So to calm my nerves, I just go in the bathroom and I just sit there and I just wait for everything to run away. If you get my
Really?
Oh.
Listen, well, my first thing, I'm so sorry, y'all's faces, oh my god. My first thing is, like, I won't even eat because usually I just have to just psych myself out. And if I eat something beforehand, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. And it's not, you know, like, I'm a hot mess. I have no control over myself. So, yeah, but I feel so much better after that. And, like, I think that helps me forget that I'm nervous. And also, it's important to, like, I guess maybe this is advice, but, like, if you do actually practice enough, it kind of helps with the nerves because you're not like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do up there. Like, if you practice, you're like, I know what I'm going to do up there, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, like, scary that people are going to see it, but at least I know what I'm going to do. So, like, a lot of rehearsals, like, down to the things you don't even think, like, you would think about. Like, having a script for your MC, most of the time I don't, and this is, like, my downfall, because I'm like, I actually don't know what I'm going to say, and I wing it, and then I look ridiculous. But the times that I do, like, plan every detail, like, the timing between each song, how long is it going to be, when am I going to grab my water, when am I going to try and crack a joke, that usually helps me feel super prepared for the show, which means I'm not as nervous. So, yeah, that and just crying a lot the night before to just shake it off, you know.
That is so surprising to me, PAiDA, because you always come across as really confident. Yeah. I think that's why we all went, gagged, just because it's like you never would have guessed that was how you felt before performing.
I love the mess. Y'all saw me before. I was just like, we're gonna do this.
I have no idea why that just started playing. Ghost. My computer has Ghost in it.
It's not a song too much.
Well, we're very proud of you, Miss PAiDA.
Yes.
That's good advice.
That's very good advice.
My funny add-on to that story. I haven't done it in a while.
Oh my god.
You did that at the show last time.
Yeah, on purpose, because I thought it was funny. Yeah, it was funny. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do this thing. I may still do it.
It's always in my direction.
No, I don't actually do it that often anymore.
She always walks right up to me before doing it too.
Yeah. So I do like a little like action. I don't actually throw up. It's like the action of throwing up.
She just gags.
What happens is that a lot of tension I feel builds up here when I'm really nervous, and then the only thing that really helps it is just going because it releases all the tension. I've never actually thrown up. No. I just like walking over to the girls and being like,
but it's always me specifically. It makes me it feels like it's targeted. Rinya goes, "Hey Kate, I got something for you."
It's funny, after that 10th anniversary, which was 2 months ago now, I was backstage. I think someone was like, "Hey Rinya, you haven't thrown up in a while." I was like, great idea. But
she doesn't actually
I don't actually throw up. I think it's my hack. I think it's a good way to actually dispel. If you feel like a lot of tension and nerves like around up here, I feel like it's a good way of just going, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate makes Rinya sick. Yeah, probably.
If you don't have to take a poop, then maybe pretending to throw up might work.
Yeah, you should do
my
that.
My kitten is home.
Everyone say hi, Jake.
And your husband.
And the kitten. Okay, just to clarify, the kitten is not Jake. There's an actual kitten. I would not. No, just like I have to be so for real with everyone.
Kitten.
That's Kate. That's Kate calling to Jake.
No,
my kitten is my Discord kitten.
Bring her to me. How was she?
She's good.
Yeah.
She went to the vet.
What's her name, Kate?
Her name is Tammy. And she's my baby. See how little she is?
Baby.
Oh.
Meow, 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 meow.
Small.
Everyone say hello.
She's in her naughty biting phase
Oh.
right now.
Say hello, Tammy.
Oh my
She just kicked me in the head.
She's just a cat
God.
baby.
Pointy.
She's just a little baby.
It's just a little baby.
The thing that I do for dealing with performance nerves is that I play mind games with myself.
So you're about to say Minecraft.
I play Minecraft. I've actually never played Minecraft in my life.
Actually?
I played
Girl, you're missing out.
once and I was really bad at it. I think I played for like 20 minutes.
I kept dying every time I played.
We should do a Minecraft.
Anyway, so I get really nervous, but I say, girl, you're nervous because you care. You really care about this performance. And so I just like...
Gaslight yourself.
I gaslight myself. Also, I say, like, I used to really let my nerves overtake me. And I was like, oh, I just like, you know, maybe with more experience, this won't happen. Not true. Like, I'm always going to get that nervous energy. But the trick that I have found is to expect it. Like, you know you're going to feel nervous. So when it happens, it's like, oh, hello, old friend, my nerves, my stage fright, there you are. And then it's like an expected thing that you know how to deal with rather than going, God, I hope I don't get nervous today. Oh my God, I got nervous. I'm scared. Like, you just expect it and go, hey buddy, let's go. That's my hack.
Very good.
That's good advice.
It is good advice. I don't feel like I feel like I've had the opposite experience where I actually have grown out of my stage nerves a little bit. But also it could just be like master coping mechanisms. I don't know. I could just be like getting up morning of and just chugging copium. I'm not sure. Or also doing the same, gaslighting myself and being like, I'm not nervous. What are you talking about? No nerves. No nerves.
Not in
no
my
nerves
stomach.
to be found.
Not there.
Not there. But honestly, like, if I am feeling a little bit nervous, I have a tendency to just, like, completely distract myself and actually try not to think or dwell on the performance too much, because at the end of the day, I'm like, I know I'm practiced, I know I'm ready, I know that I'm going to be able to get up on stage and do just as I have in practice, because especially, you know, most of our repertoire at this point, I'm like, that shit's in my bones. Like, it's like, you're not going to get up and make a fool of yourself completely.
It's only just fall over on stage.
Like, I mean, I fell
we
over.
We have fallen over
I
on stage.
stacked actually really hard during one of the Sydney shows on the Baby Bear tour. It was really funny.
Did you?
Yeah, Lucy and I tripped over each other. And
On the skinny stage.
on the skinny stage in Sydney.
Tammy's touching the webcam stick.
That's hilarious.
And I got a massive bruise on my knee.
That's okay.
Tammy, you little gremlin.
That's right. I remember you got the bruise.
Yeah,
don't
I
know how
got
you
a really
it.
huge bruise on my knee because I just stacked it really hard on stage. But do you know what? I lived. I lived, and it was really funny. So I was just like, them's the breaks.
What about you, Love Key or Alex?
I don't feel like I get nervous.
I never
more
get
about the event itself, because a lot of the time it's like we run on like a schedule, and I usually do like the logistics of like, this is happening at this time and this is happening at that time, and like usually the performance usually takes a seat back because I'm like, is the merchandise set up? Is the table set up? Do we have the cameras working? Like, I'm more anxious about the peripherals, and then that means that when I'm on stage having fun, I'm just having fun, and it feels more like a release. But usually when I'm nervous, it's because I'm worried that something's going to go wrong during the show.
You're worried up until the stage, and you're like, I have no time to be stage nervous. Get on stage, queen.
What about you, Shimmy?
I'm in the same boat as Pengy. It's like, I don't really get nervous anymore. I feel like we're like, not to say like we're seasoned, but I guess maybe we are.
We do have a lot of. We've been around for 10 years.
For 10
We've got
years.
a lot of performances under the belt.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels like, especially because we work around like such familiar audiences and stuff, it kind of just
that
feels
does
like,
help, yeah.
it feels like performing for a friend. I feel that way about like all of our audience. So when I go on stage, I'm like, even if I mess up a little bit, it's kind of like, it doesn't matter, because as long as I'm putting on a good show,
As long as we're all
it
having
doesn't
fun.
really bother me as much anymore. But also I find whenever we're backstage, we're usually either grouped together in some way, and we always do like a little hand huddle, or like we hold each other And I think being together and
Snuggling.
snuggling and holding each other,
Going,
really saying that we're proud of each other and stuff, that really calms me down.
Yeah.
Because I think that grounds me a lot,
That's
because
a
I'm
good
like,
point.
I'm with my best friends at the end of the day. So
I'm your best friend.
maybe. So being with the people I
With
love.
4 best friends and Rinya's also
and
there.
Rinya's there, and Timmy's there too. Being grounded by the people that I really love and care about, and being on stage with those same people just kind of relieves me of that stress. Or because obviously performing is really stressful and like all the logistics that go into it, but at the end of the day I'm like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
Cheery
good
Girls.
one.
Sorry, Cheery Girls says, hello, came to say my congrats on the collab song, and we're so excited to listen together soon.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Mwah.
Thank you.
Well, should we
I'll
play
turn
the
to
last
pick a
track
question.
on?
No,
Oh no,
one
we'll do one more question,
One more question.
and then we'll play A-MUSE Secret Moon.
Real quick, Puddin says, is this Yuri in between Ue-chan and Dipper? And yes, that's all you get.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride.
Do you want to
It's
go
Pride.
twice?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Alright. Yeah?
Timmy really
Oh,
loves
yeah, okay.
loves
So-
his feet.
I'll just read it out. Yeah. You can start the answer though. Chai HTML asks, when producing songs, do you have a process for creating harmonies and dividing them up?
I love this question.
It's a good catered question.
Such a cake
Was
question.
Pengy gonna answer it?
Pinky can start. We can all answer. Pinky can
We
start.
can all have a little, but I think Kate and I are the people who kind of have the most vocal experience in the group, so we tend to. This is something that we tend to chat about, like between ourselves. Like most of the time, it depends on the type of harmony as well. Like a lot of the harmonies in Space Express,
PAiDA made.
PAiDA wrote them, and Kate and I recorded them.
Yeah.
I recorded the higher harmony and Kate recorded the lower harmony, so that we had like a little tiny bit of variety.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends on the song, and Kate, you could probably expand on this more.
So
go to the
sometimes
bathroom
our
real quick.
producers will write the harmonies into the tracks for us. And if that's the case, if it's just one, to be honest, something that I've done music and singing for a really long time, and my biggest strength in that area is having a good ear for things like harmonies, so I can typically pick up on them really quickly. So if there is a harmony that a producer has just written into the track, I'll typically, when I'm recording my melody lines, just quickly go through and do all the harmony ones as well for fun. If we don't have harmonies written into a track for us, I love harmonies so much. I don't think that every song necessarily needs them. Like, it's
Wrong. Every song needs 100 harmonies.
every song needs 8-part harmonies, and there's 6 of us, so we have to double up
Split your
sometimes.
voice.
Sometimes I don't really know how to explain it. Sometimes I feel like if something needs an ad lib or a harmony in the background, it just hits me and I go, this is what it sounds like, and I record a little do 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 do, and I'll split it up into however many parts, and then I think about the range of voices that we have in the group and whose voice and whose ear is going to be able to pick up that harmony the best and whose voice is going to marry. Because also it's like blend is super important. And I want to be putting people on harmonies whose voices will blend together nicely. I hope this is making sense. It really is like a case-by-case situation.
I'd like to try a harmony on one of our songs.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of us have gotten them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also, like, a lot of the time, sometimes we'll record harmonies into the track, but we don't necessarily sing them live. It really depends on the way the dance ends up going once Rinya has choreographed it, or it depends on how challenging the harmony actually is, how challenging the song actually is to sing. Like, do we need all 6 of our voices or whatever on the melody? Does that make sense? Like, it's, have I answered the question, or am I just rambling about harmony still?
PAiDA could probably add on to that. PAiDA's a harmony master.
I would not say I'm a harmony master. Thank you. I think I do end up playing with harmonies a lot. Like, you can tell I've had my hand on something because there'll be a lot of ad-libs and stuff.
Yeah.
I just say that with me, when we get to like the point where like the the instrumental is completed and it's just the focus is on the top line and the lyrics and everything, I usually at this point I will hold on to the song for a long time, and like if it's not for me, then it goes faster, but if it's for me, I'll hold on to a song for like a couple months and just like have it in the back of my head at all times to the point where it's like subconsciously playing. And that's usually when I'm like coming up with harmonies, like literally naturally throughout my day. Like I'm going to get groceries and I'm like, oh yeah, that would be a good thing to throw in there. And then what usually makes it into the final track for me is like the harmonies or like the ad libs that I can't stop thinking about.
Yeah.
I would say that I've tried to like just sit in the booth and then just do whatever comes to my mind at that time. I don't think that works as effectively for me. I think because I'm someone who listened to music before I started making music, what I always did with my favorite songs was I just listened to them forever and ever, and I would start singing along, and I would add harmonies at parts I thought that harmony sounded good. Like, I'm literally talking about, like, singing, like, when you're in the shower listening to music or when you're in the car listening to music is when I'm, like, singing along to my favorite songs, and I'll be like, oh, I'll be, like, the little backup vocalist, and I'll add, like, a harmony. I'll do, like, a little ad-lib here and there. So that's, like, kind of what I'm doing with my own music, and just, like, before anybody else gets to hear it, and that's usually where I feel the most comfortable coming up with harmonies, is just, like, being so connected to the song that it, like, just kind of comes naturally over time.
I think that's a really important point. Like, you want to be adding things in because they serve the song, not just because you want to add something in. So sitting with it for a really long time and like having it playing in the back of your mind and playing around with different things is a really good way to work out what's going to serve the track.
Yeah, it's something we can probably
Even like,
do.
Yeah.
Even like with Space Express, when we got the track and we didn't have any lyrics or anything written for it, as I was listening to the chorus section, I couldn't stop thinking about the soya, 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 soya for that. We didn't have any lyrics yet. We didn't have the theme together yet, but I was just like, it would be so cool to put a soya, 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 soya in here. And it was a vibe. And like, I know it's not a harmony, but that's like kind of the thought process I go from. Like, God, that would just sound so good right here, you know?
It was the same
like
sort
that.
of thing with Happy Hour and our Kanpai. Like, we just felt like it needed a little something. Some songs just need a little moment.
A little razzle dazzle.
A little razzle dazzle, yeah, exactly.
A little flair.
Thank you, Chai. I like that question.
Do you have anything to add about harmonies, Panky?
No, that was
it?
that pretty much covers it.
Yes.
It's a very case by case sort of situation.
Yeah. I like to get more confident. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking. I don't want to speak on behalf of any of the other girls, but I like to get more confident in like, not necessarily music theory, but just getting better at like harmonies and stuff. Because being able to just bust out into a harmony is so fun.
Yeah.
Improving your ear.
Yeah. Ear training.
Training. Do push-ups with your ear.
You know that DS game Brain Training?
Oh,
It's like that,
music.
but for your ear.
I was only allowed a DS if I played that every day.
That's really funny. I
That's very on brand.
I was thinking about where my ear came from because I've always just been able to like
on your
slap
face,
harmonies
silly.
into. I've always just been able to like slap harmonies into things since I was a really little kid, and I was wondering where that came from. And then, sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, but my sister sent me like a point and click like let's play of a game we used to play as kids, and it was like a jump start music thing, and you had to like, it would play songs and then one of the notes would be off and you'd have to like click which note was off. I think that I was like subconsciously training from like when I was 4 years old playing video games about music.
That's so
Okay, play
cool.
Sorry,
Sibelius
there's a
for fun.
cat attached to my legs.
I will say, yeah, I used to be way better at harmonizing when I was like learning the piano. So I think it's all
Yeah.
of that where it's like, and then I stopped learning the piano much to the disappointment of my parents.
Same
And then
hat.
Lost that musicality, but it's slowly coming back.
I will say the reason why I think I'm not good at just like harmonies in general is like one of the reasons I feel that way is because when we were on tour, and we had to do. We were doing our collab stages. We did. For those who don't know, we did do live collaboration of Love Language and Secret Moon, which is I think why we ended up choosing them as the B-sides for this release. And we had to do the harmonies live for Love Language, and I could not get that. I almost cussed. I could not get that right. Like, I feel like during rehearsal I couldn't get it right, and I feel like when we were performing it live I was always screwing it up, and I'm so sorry, everyone. It's so hard. It's like,
I didn't
it's not
notice.
easy.
I thought you got it right. It's a bit of an interesting one.
Sometimes a bit of like stage fright will also do that to you. Like when I think for
practice
our
a million
opalescent
times,
show, we did a live version of Reverie with harmonies.
Oh yeah.
We did 6-part harmonies, which is difficult to do for people who haven't had a lot of experience training in them.
And it was off vocal. It was just live on a guitar. So that was very like, we also very rarely perform off vocal if ever, so that was like, oh my goodness, and getting so like nervous in
That
the
was
lead
really
up to
fun.
It was
We did stand. We were sitting on stools for that rather than doing our dancing. It's pretty standard for us to. It's not that we're not confident in our voices, but when you're dancing on stage, there are a lot of variables, and it can be. It's good to have the support of a backing track. So if you do happen to lose your breath while you're dancing or whatever, then you still have the support of the backing track.
For sure. A lot of artists do that.
Yeah. It's normal.
very different to do it that way.
Yeah.
Shall we show them A-MUSE Secret Moon version? Wait,
Yeah.
Secret Moon A-MUSE version. The other
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Occasionally, the cat just
It's clawing.
climbs one of our legs.
Yeah, sorry.
Bit me earlier.
I can put her away if you're No! Okay, ready? Here she is.
She's gonna get your toes.
We say that.
Sorry, this is happening.
Seeing it, love cute. This is an ad-lib I do live. No, we're not doing any self-deprecation in the song.
No kidding. No kidding.
I don't think I'm capable of doing ASMR.
good theme line.
Not my satellite.
I like this ending. It's really fun.
Not my satellite.
Is that me? Oh, it is me.
Yeah, because Lily sucks. We always have to run to the end here because it's like.
Yippee! I hope you guys liked it.
Yeah.
I hope we did your song justice,
I hope
PAiDA.
we did
I
justice.
love it.
I love you.
Yeah.
It sounds good to have it be like a proper.
What do you mean proper?
group.
Take that back.
None of that?
I love it's
Not in my
A-MUSE on
house.
A-MUSE. It's so beautiful.
It's a really fun song.
It
to
is a
perform.
really,
is.
it's
I
a
really like
lovely,
doing
it's
it.
a lovely song.
Yeah, I love Secret Moon. It's a good one.
Thank
It's
you.
really funny because I remember when in the
you.
process of learning it, I was listening to it at work in the bathroom and in the bathroom by myself going like like that.
I just realised that both of the songs that we picked, so PAiDA picked Love Language and we picked Secret Moon, they're both love songs.
They are too.
They
So
are.
I think that what that says is that all
We
of
love
us
each other.
are just full of
In
love
We're
and
just a
whimsy.
soppy bunch.
We're just a soppy bunch of
Soggy-
guys.
Soggy bitches.
Soggy
To be
Super
fair,
nice.
any song can be a love song if you interpret hard enough.
Well,
That is true.
Space Express.
Gnarly.
Awesome. I think as well,
It's all
Secret Moon is
Yuri.
a song that really complements a group performance. I don't know. Sometimes you see something and you're like, yeah, I can see this working out for 6 people from one person doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Choo-Choo.
But like,
Thanks,
yeah, the
Choo-Choo.
dance really like
Yeah, the
looks
dance is
really
really
good.
nice,
The
yeah.
formations are really fun.
Yeah.
Yippee, yippee.
I really like the
Oh, yeah.
chorus dance. It's particularly fun. Like this move is like
Yeah.
As I was saying, this song was a bit. I will reframe. I do not hate my head voice. It is a bit of a challenge. This song recording it for me because I personally have a much lower cadence in my voice, and Kate bonks me over the head every time.
Berates.
She does berate me. She
Well,
bonks me over the head.
only when she says, I just don't have a head voice. Yes, you do!
I think my head voice is weaker than most of the other. Maybe all the. I think I have the weakest head voice.
It's
in
a
areas.
it's a muscle. You just have to work it out
What if
more.
I don't?
Well, then it's not going to get stronger, but you have worked it out and it is
Oh,
stronger.
thank you. Yeah, so I don't know. Hearing it back, it's just kind of like, wow, that's my. Does anyone else ever listen to our songs? This is extends to you, PAiDA.
Does
Like,
anyone
wow.
ever listen to our songs?
No. I mean like A-MUSE and PAiDA. Oi! Bonk. I mean like A-MUSE and PAiDA specifically. Do you ever listen to your own songs that you've put out on the internet to the world and you're like, wow, that's my voice? What
I
the hell?
listen to our songs for a month and then we perform them over and over again. I'm like, I'm sick of this song. Do not play it. I have to hear it all the time.
The Disco Fever. I don't know why Rinya throws up on me. Also, Kate, I
belted.
I built
No, not to be
It's only when she
self-deprecating.
hates on herself. I do it with love. I go,
She's a hater.
hater. I'm the world's strongest hater.
I
I've been
think
listening to Space Express a lot.
Yeah.
Like enjoying
It's
hearing
good fun.
our voices
And
together.
you'll hear it more.
But it was like an MP3 that I downloaded onto my phone, so it was called like Master 1278. I'm like, oh, the track that
It
hits.
was
Yeah.
like SX Master Draft 5
Yeah.
153.
But finally, we have it on Spotify,
Yeah.
so I can listen to it proper. But it's really nice hearing the different like ranges of our voices all together. I think we all sound different, which I like.
What if
yes.
we did another song?
Yeah.
Another
What's
one.
this song? Another one. But yeah,
Another one.
I don't think we teased the singles at all, like the covers at all. We only teased the
Surprise.
No,
singles,
yeah,
so-
that was a surprise.
Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Although if you've been following our work, I think PAiDA did Love Language for Planet 9.
Yes.
I'm like trying
Look,
to recall.
Yeah.
PAiDA's done it at her shows before.
Yeah, and you
at
did
other
it at your shows too.
And
Yeah.
I
PAiDA
showed up
has
the
straight
shows,
up
yeah.
showed the Love Language music videos at her shows because she's an
Multiple times,
absolute
yes.
gem and we love her.
I love whenever they pop up on her story because then I go, it's Kate
Yeah.
on the big screen.
on the big screen.
Kate
Oh,
on the big screen.
big screen. Yeah, and then we do Secret
my
Moon. I want to
favorite thing.
adapt Secret Moon to 5p.
Yeah.
We should
Oh,
keep
we
it in
can.
the arsenal.
Yeah.
In the arsenal.
Well, I mean, we
Please.
also in the arsenal. We have like we've been around for so long. I'm so thirsty to do new music and like new songs. So maybe we pick a new PAiDA song to learn.
We do another PAiDA song. PAiDA, if you had to pick a song for us to learn, what would it be?
Wait, like, what?
One of
if I
your
had to
songs.
pick another one of my
discography.
songs
Yeah.
for y'all to do?
Yeah. If you had to pick.
Oh my gosh. Wait. That's a good question. I'm trying to think of like which one would have like the best like group formation energy. It might be, honestly, it might be a song that's not released yet.
I was actually about
Or
to
you
say
know what? I think Planet Killer has a good back and forth that's not like
That's the one that I would
Super
suggest,
clear.
actually.
Which one, sorry?
it's
Planet
like
Killer.
Planet Killer.
I
it's got a lot of back and forth.
I like
Yeah.
Galaxy.
I mean, I like all of your songs, PAiDA. Like, I'm blowing smoke up your ass. I'm for real. Tiki Taku and Galaxy Racer, I would be like,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah. I think Planet Killer, just like PAiDA said, has a lot of really fun back and forth. I feel like we could adapt that in a really fun way to a group.
Exactly.
As for another
Yeah.
A-MUSE song, I'd like to hear PAiDA sing.
I want to hear
I
PAiDA
could
do Revolt
listen.
Revive.
I want to see Revolt Revive.
I want to see
something
Revolt. I want to
edgy.
see PAiDA do Revolt Revive.
Honestly, like, throwing it back a little bit, I want to see PAiDA do Rocket.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, we know she can do Rocket.
Oh, she could do anything.
Oh, she could do anything.
PAiDA could do anything.
But
Yeah.
I
You think
think it'd be
Twilight-
interesting seeing PAiDA doing one of our darker songs because PAiDA
PAiDA edgy.
is very. I think a lot of her songs are very upbeat and cute and like thing. And I want Genki, and I want to see her go. Actually,
Evil PAiDA.
Evil PAiDA.
PAiDA says Revolt
Yeah.
That's my
Revive.
dark side. I get it. Let me just.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where are you?
Emo.
I'm so sorry.
So, wow, Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3.
Wow.
Yippee.
Yes.
Do we want to pick another
Oh my
question?
Yes.
Yeah, let's finish it off,
One more
PAiDA.
question each.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Jeremy
Would you like to
Really?
pick a question,
She's just
PAiDA?
like
Yeah.
she's just walking onto everyone's legs and like
attacking them,
crawling
yeah.
up people's jeans.
Tammy's making this
holes in
about
my
her.
eyes from you.
Actually, yeah, me too.
Tammy
jeans are all
Evil. Where are you?
Jump for it, bestie.
PAiDA question time.
Make like a
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do I need to lock her
No,
away?
she's okay. I brought this on myself. Oi, don't eat my phone strap.
If she's gonna distract the stream, she can't be here. Tammy!
You say
Okay.
Sarah.
I'm
I
putting her.
have two questions that I'll combine into one. Somebody asked me. God damn. God damn. Okay. Somebody asked me if I was ever going to come to Delaware, and then somebody asked me if I was going to come back to Australia.
Ooh.
Yes, you should.
And I get these types of questions all the time. And I'm telling you guys, again, I say this every time, but it's fine. That I'm always open to going anywhere. And I honestly, for Australia, of course, I would love to come back and see my girls and perform again for everyone, like new songs and stuff too. And in Delaware and in Canada and Florida, like all over America and all over the world. But it's always going to be up to the audience and the fans. You have to tell events in your area that book artists that you want to see me. And that's the only way that I can come to your event.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if it's an anime convention, a cultural festival, a music festival, anything that has a stage where they bring people to come perform at that stage, you tell them, hey, I know this artist, and maybe they'd be a good fit. And then if enough people say that to the event, that's how you get me over there. So I know you guys have conventions in Australia that
Yeah, we do.
have those. I would love to be at those. But you got to tell those cons about me
Yeah.
and show them that like there's a market for me over there, which after what I saw on tour, I think there's a market. So let's come back to Australia.
Yeah.
Everyone
That'd
email
be
Smash right
nice.
now.
Seriously, I reckon it's very feasible to get PAiDA out to wherever you are. You just gotta spread the word.
Yeah,
and
good word.
Like, tell your friends, tell your dogs and your cats to email. Tell everyone. Tell your
Tell
mum.
Tammy.
Tell
Tammy.
Tammy to email whatever event you want to see your favorite artists, aka PAiDA, at, and they'll make it happen. I'm so sorry for these Discord notifications. Just ignore that, lol. Yeah.
It's the same goes for us.
There's 6 of us.
There's 6 of us, so it's like kind of hard, but no matter where you are, if you want to see A-MUSE at your local convention or your local festival, email them,
Spam them.
send them our website, send them our Instagram, and say, I want to see A-MUSE, please bring them here. And we will come, because we are... We girls who like to travel, we like to go on adventures, and we like to go to new places, so... Yeah, we love being invited to events.
I wish
And it does
PAiDA
work,
was in Japan when I'm in Japan.
We've been to some really wacky places.
She's leaving Japan because of you.
Yeah, fair.
Satu
Yeah.
says, how do you
Yeah.
come about making lyrics for your songs? That's a good question.
Ow!
Thank you
Sorry.
for the question. Welcome to chat.
I think that's a good Lucy start.
Love key start.
Yeah. So for some of the songs that we have had lyrics given to us as like kind of a base to work off. Sometimes we just get the track, and then other times we're like, no, I really want it to be our vision, so we write it with like our vision in mind. Generally, what I'll do is I will think, usually have like a through line that I really want to get across, and then I like to read poetry and things like that in my spare time. Lots of people get like a lot of music inspiration comes from poetry, and I really like referencing that.
Hosier.
And then once I have like an English kind of guideline of what I want to do, I'll usually work with our Japanese speakers to kind of come together on what the translation should be, because like for example, for Happy Hour, I think it was, I wrote the song kind of like a haiku. Like, it wasn't rhyming, it was just like the intention of each line should be this. And then we worked with a translator rather than writing the full song in English with rhymes. It was
They
like...
kind of just rewrote the whole thing with the sentiment that we wanted to express.
Yeah. It was like...
One of our
Peggy
lines
is
originally-
like a peach round. It was really like...
Originally, one of the
It was like
original
slam
lyrics that
poetry.
they came back to us with, it was like, working with them was really good, but it was really funny because one of our lines originally was going to be like, we're the #1 diner in the world, and we were like, yep, that's right.
We do have the #1 diner in space.
#1
In space.
Yeah. What about you, PAiDA? What's your lyrics process?
Lyrical process.
Why are you pogging?
I gotta use my brain. It's a lot.
Well, I don't know if this is... I remember when PAiDA was visiting Australia, you had your little notebook that you carried around everywhere with you for sketches and things like that. Do you put your lyrics in there?
Oh yeah, with my little sketches in it. Oh man, I think I have like, okay, this is really embarrassing. So I have like the sketchbook that has like little like snippets of sentences or like actual sketches, like visual things to help me. I think I'm a very like, I don't know if the right word for it is like tactile person or something. It has to be tangible in some way for me to like you know, those people that are like, I'm a visual learner, like I'm an audio learner, like it just has to exist in one of those realms. So for my ideas, I can't just like keep them in my head. I have to get them out some kind of way or it'll just go into the void. So that's why I have like the sketchbook. As soon as I think of something, I write it down. I also have like hundreds, it's so embarrassing, but hundreds of voice memos on my phone of me humming song ideas. And within the humming, there'll be like 3 seconds of me saying a couple words. And sometimes those words are just placeholders for like how I want the cadence to be for like a specific part of the melody. But sometimes they'll be like the building blocks for building the rest of like the story of the lyrics around. And I think every song comes to me differently. Because I'm not much of a composer yet, though, usually I get like the instrumental back before I start songwriting. And so that kind of makes it easier in a way where like I usually go off the vibe of the song to kind of figure out what kind of song I want to write with it. In the case of like Planet Killer, I knew exactly how I wanted that song to go before the instrumental even existed. And I didn't finish writing the lyrics until afterwards, but like I had a really solid base of like, I want this to be a really silly song about killing the planet, and I had like the chorus down. And so once the instrumental came to me, it was really like fun building that story together, like the back and forth between me and the aliens, the conversations that we were having and stuff. It's all about, for me, I guess, what kind of story do I want to tell? And then how does it come to me naturally and leaning into that? So, like, if it's something that I drew, then I will probably go more into, like, sketching it out before I, like, start writing a sentence. If it's something that I started out humming, then I'm probably going to keep developing, like, the humming and the little, like, phrases that came with it. I'm going to keep, like, doing a word vomit of phrases until something in there clicks into like a more like concise like poem kind of vibe for a song, you know. But just lean into like what's worked for you. Don't feel like you have to write a song a specific way, you know. There's no rules when it comes to art.
The process really does vary from track to track as well. Like it's just
Sometimes you start with a really solid idea of what you want it to sound and feel like, and the sentiment that you want to get across, and sometimes it's just like,
you got lyrics.
I like the sound of that. Let's work with it.
Yeah.
I guess it's good too, PAiDA, because you're solo. Sometimes when you have like 6 girlies with different opinions, the lyric writing process takes a long time of back and forth, and like lyrics, there's no right or wrong. It's all just based on like, well, I like this and I like that, and like trying to come to a compromise that everyone loves. But when you're solo, I guess it's like you can really stick to one vision, but then you don't get to bounce it off other people to like go, oh, but do I really like it? Like, what could I improve? So there's like pros and cons to both.
Definitely for Opalescent, we've had a bit of a case of too many cooks in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I agree with Lovekey, where it's kind of like, I get to be the one person and I vote on this and that's my vote. But also at the same time, you don't get as much, I guess, creative external input.
I think our process has definitely adapted as we've created music. We all care a lot, obviously, about the end product. And if we're all, like, Opalescent is a really good example of a song that this happened with, because we all had ideas for different directions that we wanted to take the song. And it just ended up taking a really long time to nail down what that looked like. So now our process is a little bit different, and we typically have someone will like come up with the idea for a track, and that song is their vision, and everything that we do in terms of melody and lyrics, because or producers even, we typically split those tasks up, but it's to serve the person whose brainchild the song is. It's about serving their vision mostly.
Yeah, so it's like one person gets to be the captain, the executive decision maker.
Final say.
Yeah.
I will say, with Opalescent as well, and hopefully we won't do it with upcoming projects, is that we put a little bit of cart before the horse.
Yes.
In the sense that we had a deadline and we were like, okay, we're going to make music right. And we were making music like right up until the deadline.
Yeah. Because
I think ideally, if you can,
don't do that.
Make music not for an end product of like a show or a release date or whatever. Just make music as it comes out. It's not a race. And like, you know, I'm still happy with like, I love Opalescent. I love Opalescent so much. We love Opalescent. But there was a lot of kind of like instances where because of the looming deadline, the pressure kind of got to us.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of, it was that our first time doing a project of that scale as well. So there was a lot of things to be learned. There was always going to be. This said, we do actually have even more projects in the works, but
We
they
be cooking.
don't.
One thing about
we be-
Amy's project.
One thing about
We love a
Amy's
project.
project is that we love a project and we're always
Yeah.
cooking. But we're taking our time with this one. So
Which makes it exciting that we were able to put out music this year anyway with this collab track.
Yeah.
The
A
deadline.
song.
PAiDA the goat.
I think
Right now, please, like,
for Opalescent, we really particularly wanted to, because Miss Alex was going away for her year exchange, and we really wanted to get the EP out before she left. It was
And we
really
did- we
important
did
to us.
very
And we
good.
did, and I love Opalescent so much. But Rinya was saying, if you can avoid it, don't do it. I would actually go as far as to say straight up, do not do it. Like, I'm going to be so for real with you.
Those last few practices.
Not,
so
do
stressful.
not even, like, there were so many things that we could have done differently. Like, we could have scaled the project back and just released 1 or 2 songs and released a full EP when Alex returned. Like, there were so many things that we could have done. Like, I think setting yourself a release date and saying everything has to be done by this date, let's make music to meet it, you're gonna, like, I again, love Opalescent. Like, she's a baby, and I actually am really happy with the overall quality of all of the tracks, but there's things that, like, I think we could have spent more time to finesse some things, and overall we would have had a product that we vibed with more, you know what I
There was
mean?
even like while I was away, like talks of like making music, but I think we learned
Yeah.
so much. We were going to make music while I was away that I necessarily wasn't going to be a part of, but I feel like that didn't happen
Yeah.
because we learnt so much from Opalescent
Yeah.
that we were like, we can't go through this process again. We want to really
Yeah.
streamline and make sure our next track's like
Well, you
more
want
relaxed.
you want the art to be art. You
Yeah.
want it to be its true reflection of.
You want the process
Yes.
as well to be like art.
Yes,
as
you
well.
want the art to be first and foremost. You don't want a deadline to dictate the art. You want the art to speak for itself and be
Yeah.
like, this is the message that we were trying to portray. This is exactly how we wanted it to sound. This is it. You know what I mean?
And
I
we
also think as indie artists, we don't have a full team of not to bring up K-pop for example, but they have a full team of like composers, lyricists, producers, that whole kind of thing. So if you're like us, where you're like a Kaiga idol starting out, it's easy to look at other, like, for example, mainstream or bigger artists, like, you know, producing things and getting music out at a pretty quick, you know, pace, but like there's no need to compare yourself to that.
Yeah,
They have
and
managers
at the end
as
of
well.
the day, people
Yeah.
in
And
that
they have
position,
managers, yeah.
they have managers. At the end of the day, those people are being given a schedule, and they're saying, you turn up to the recording studio at this time, these are your lines. You turn up at this time, these are your lines. And they go and they do it, and everything is planned around them. Whereas for us, we do everything ourselves.
It's also their full-time
On
job.
top,
And
yeah,
it's also their full-time
yeah.
job. We all have our own full-time jobs outside of this. So, you know, recording day is...
Has to be planned
At this
months in
time, it's
advance,
planned
yeah.
months in advance, and it's
a full day.
showing up to my house in the
boonies.
my house in the
sticks.
sticks where I have made my office into a makeshift recording studio. And you know, we get into Ableton, and I sit there with the headphones on, and we record everything ourselves. So it's a really big process to handle on your own. So I think that anybody who's thinking about going down the path of idol or making music, don't be hard on yourself, because it's a really big...
Give yourself time.
give yourself time. It is a big,
Yes.
long process with lots of steps and lots of trial and error.
Yeah.
And people will wait.
Yeah. I also think though that, like, it is a bit of a fine line, because if you're too much of a perfectionist about it, you'll never get it out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, if you're sitting, we've talked about this before, but when you're in the recording studio, you always want to do one more take. And when you've got 6 girls doing one more take, the process is never ending. And even after one more take, there's always a take that you go, I can do that better. But everyone else that's listening to that is like, what are you talking about? It's excellent. Like, there's definitely a fine line. If you spend too much time on it, you're never going to get it out. But
I think I saw an interview with Leve the other day, and she was like, the music I released, I was happy with in the moment. But obviously, there are times where I look back and I'm like, oh, I wish I did this differently. But she was like, I find the beauty that in that moment, the track I've released now, in that moment, I was happy with. I was really, really happy with that, and there's a beauty in that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I always listen back to certain ways that I've delivered lines in some of our previous tracks, and I go, oh man, I wish I had delivered that differently, or I could do this differently now. So that's a really good point, Shimmy.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting maybe like to go and not that I literally just said I'm sick of rehashing old stuff, I want to learn new stuff, but it would be interesting to do like a Reverie remake or something from like that was like 4 years ago now.
Baby's first song.
I actually reckon doing a first single re-record would be a lot of fun. Is there anything that you would want to re-record, PAiDA?
Yeah. I had the money and resources. I would re-record a lot of stuff. I hate my voice, and I think like also over time I've learned a lot like about production that I didn't know earlier on. So I would really think that those tracks would benefit from getting a rearranged, like reproduced, remaster with like better vocals on them. I would try and just do everything again, but I really try to just like let things be as they are and like focus on the future, because I don't want to have this cycle of just re-releasing the same thing over and over again until I think it's perfect, because honestly I'm just going to keep doing it. I'll just keep re-releasing it, you know.
It'll like I think perfection is not something that can be achieved.
It's not so linear.
Yeah, it's
not.
So it's like give yourself time to let the art speak for itself, but also don't be too much of a perfectionist, I think is the way to go, which is a delicate line for sure. Bless you, Pingu.
Like
Bless you.
the way
I'm allergic to
bless you. The way my song exists now is like a moment in time, not just like a moment that encapsulates that song, but like where I was in that point of my life, you know, memory. The kind of experiences that I had up until that point, you know? So, like, it's okay. Maybe I don't love all of the songs I've released, but it's okay. It's like looking at a photo album of yourself. Like, one day I'm going to look back on that fondly and be like, oh, you know, I shouldn't have been so hard on myself. Like, look at what I managed to do at that time kind of thing, you know?
It's like when we recorded Hoshi and a Rocket, like that was the first time we've ever recorded a song. I look back on that and I remember crying my eyes out in the studio.
Yeah.
But I look back on that, I was so stressed out. I was so nervous and freaked out, and I was just like bawling my eyes out in the studio because I was like, oh, and I look back now, I'm like,
we also hired a studio that time.
Yeah.
So there was a man in the other room like, are you okay in there?
I actually thinking.
Oh my god.
What PAiDA was saying about it being like, you know, looking back at a photo album, that's actually exactly how I treat my tattoos.
Yeah.
My tattoos to me are like my little fragments of who I have been.
This could be a song.
Yo, shit! Someone write that down.
Maybe you could even talk about paper planes.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down, Chief. Yeah.
And symbolize it with
Yes,
paper
chef.
planes.
Hey, these days they really do be flown like paper planes.
That is
Flown
true.
out into space.
Yeah. Do we want to do another question
One
on
last
our...
question.
Yeah, one last question.
question.
One last
Silly.
question.
Do we
I'm gonna
want
go
a silly
back
one?
in a couple of weeks and wonder what tattoo song means in my phone.
Tattoo song.
Song.
I can't want to do what idols inspire you, but if you want to do a silly one, we can.
That's alright. Hold on. We've got PAiDA's list as well. Let me pull it up.
Oh yeah.
Let me pull it up.
PAiDA, you look dazed.
What inspired you to become how
You're so cute.
You're cute. You're cute.
Sorry. That was really
I
loud.
don't know. I kind of like, yeah. Alright, you go, Lucky.
I like the question. Who are the idols that inspire you?
PAiDA.
PAiDA.
Sorry, not to blow
Because
smoke up
you're in
the arse.
Japan right now. You've probably seen some idols.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
PAiDA
the question
inspires
is,
me.
The question is, which idols? Who are the idols that inspire you?
Oh. A-MUSE.
The girl reading this.
I got it. I got it first. I said PAiDA first.
Literally, for me, let me try not to yap, but I've said this so much that A-MUSE and then just like the whole Australian Idol community as a whole really like, I think, I'm not perfect, but like I think y'all whipped me into shape. Like y'all showed me that like groups outside of Japan can really like have their shit together and like actually be really cool, and like everyone in Australia is like on a whole nother level. I think that like really I think motivated a lot of us in America, honestly, like oh shit, like y'all are doing it, y'all are like accomplishing things we all want to accomplish just by like figuring it out. And so like I love y'all so much, and y'all are so amazing.
Crazy to hear about America, because it's like you're an ocean away, you're only an ocean away. It's just weird because like to us, I think, at least to me, the American Idol community is like a whole different beast to the Australian Idol community, but we've never been there, so it's kind of hard to kind of visualize, especially when you've kind of never met, I mean apart from PAiDA, but never have interacted or been there. So it's like I would love to go see the American Idol community with my own what's called eyes.
I would love to guest at an American concert.
That would be so fun. I would love to get some American Idols. American Idols.
I want to go to Whole Mat so bad.
Everyone spam your local con.
Yeah, spam your local con.
Anyway, I think we should probably wrap things up, my loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is all of our questions
PAiDA's
for
the
today.
coughing cat.
Nice, bring your impression.
Oi.
All right, everyone, please enjoy Space Express. It'll be out very soon, if not already. We love you very much, and we hope you love our silly space party bus song.
If you want merch, pre-orders are still open at the moment.
Yeah.
I know what? You know what?
Store.
I actually have the
What's called?
technology for this.
Send a link.
I'm going to put
link.
the merch link in the chat right now.
That's
Sorry.
crazy.
It's pre-order only, and the pre-orders are going to close
right now.
I
It was
want
technically
to.
closing yesterday, but we can keep them
No,
open.
it's open for another week.
Oh, okay, another week.
2 weeks.
I lied.
Me when I lie.
Here you
Me when you
go,
like.
my sweet loves. Please buy our merch. We hope you love it.
If you like Dipra and Uwe-chan,
Thank you for joining us today on
Thank
this early
you.
morning.
Give a
Thank
home
you,
to
Disco
our friends.
Fever.
if you're in Brisbane,
Thank
we
you,
are
Michael.
performing later tonight, so come say
We'll
hi.
see you then.
See you then.
Goodbye, my love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah.